everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're talking about a very important topic, a topic that stress women out all over the world. I mean, I know we normally stress about a lot of things anyways, but this is something we really stress about. It's conception. And conception is stressful because we go through our 20s, possibly our 20s thinking, we're not ready for kids, I'm okay without kids. Then one day you wake up and you're like, I want kids. And then you're thinking, oh geez, this might take a year or 6 months or 1 month, but I want it now. And that can be very, very stressful, as a lot of couples who are trying to conceive or have conceived will admit to. But there's about 5 or 6 different things that you can do to optimize your conception. I mean, we're not 16 anymore. We're not gonna get pregnant by just looking at a guy. I mean, I think one time my shoulder grazed a guy in gym class accidentally, and my parents said I'm gonna be pregnant if that ever happens again. Okay, I get it. We're very fertile at 16. And I remember walking down the hallways after my parents told me that, and I wouldn't even make eye contact with guys. I was just like, geez, if I look at anyone, I'll get pregnant. And I just had a hoodie, like a black hoodie, and just like, I didn't want to make eye contact at all. But what I'm trying to say is, we're not 16. I'm just a couple years above 16. So yeah, we're not that fertile anymore, okay? We're not gonna get pregnant by looking at a guy, touching shoulders, holding hands. No, there's a little work involved. So stay tuned for some amazing steps on how to conceive super fast. I was very lucky. I did all these steps for both my pregnancies, and I conceived on the first try. But prior to that, I spent 6 months doing these steps to ensure that it would happen quickly and it would happen easily. Stay tuned. Okay, step number 1 you can do to optimize your conception, your chance of conception, is purchase an ovulation kit. This is to do with timing your ovulation. And ovulation kits are very easily available on Amazon, $20, and it gives you a huge pack of the luteinizing hormone strips. And they measure luteinizing hormone based on your urine. So you urinate on the stick and you will see if you are at your peak for your luteinizing hormone. And so when you see that you have a positive on your luteinizing hormone strip, which will be 2 lines, you've got a control line, which means it's always going to be positive. It's always a dark line. And if you are not about to ovulate, the second line will not be dark, or it will not be as dark as a control line. You are looking for 2 equally dark lines, or the luteinizing hormone line to be darker than the control line, okay? So what's gonna happen is, as you slowly get to your time of ovulation, the non-control line, the luteinizing hormone line, will get darker and darker and darker till it matches the dark control line. And that means you are about to ovulate within about 36 hours. So that is an excellent time to start conceiving. Number 2 is your menstrual cycle. Start charting it. Start charting it months in advance. Start, for example, timing your ovulation months in advance. You don't want to come to the point where you're ready to conceive, but you have no idea where to start from. When do you have regular cycles? When do you ovulate? Do I even ovulate? Those are important questions to have way before you're ready to conceive. And a lot of people make the mistake of not asking themselves that question prior to conceiving, months prior to conceiving. So number 2, knowing your menstrual cycle. So knowing when it starts, when it ends, how many days is it, and ensuring that it is a regular cycle. So I like to ensure that my cycle is regular for about 6 to 8 months prior to conceiving. What I mean by regular, a cycle tends to be 25 to 35 days. Regular meaning it's not 22 days 1 month and then 35 the next, 40 the next, 15 the next. That is irregular. That will be very, very difficult to know if you're going to ovulate or when you're going to ovulate. You might have some underlying problems that you want to investigate with your family physician. Number 3 is a bit of a sticky one. No pun intended. It is study your discharge. Don't be scared of your discharge. Look at it, study it. What's going on with it? It's part of your body. It's like your hair. You look at your hair, you study your hair, you study your skin, study your discharge. Nothing wrong with a little discharge studying. It's important because in your fertility window, which is about 6 days, roughly 5 to 6 days is a fertility window, and that's when you're going to ovulate, you will notice your discharge becomes a sticky, clear, white type of discharge. Stretch it. And that tells you that you are in your fertility window. It may not tell you whereabouts you are in your fertility window, but it gives you a really great idea that you are ready to try and conceive. So study and know your discharge. 4th can be difficult for some people, but it is to ensure that you have a healthy weight and a healthy diet. Studies have shown that people with a high body mass index or a low body mass index, meaning quite overweight or quite underweight, have a smaller chance of spontaneous pregnancy. They often also have ovulation dysfunction. So ensuring that you're eating right and you're exercising, you're keeping a good body weight is essential for pregnancy. And I know that comes with healthy habits, but I always find that some of my friends that have problems with that, not being able to conceive, has been the best motivator in getting in shape and eating right, because when you want a baby, you yearn for it, you long for it, you want it more than anything. And that is just the right motivator to get you up and going with achieving a better and healthier lifestyle and body weight and diet. Decreasing your alcohol intake as well as no smoking. Tobacco has been linked to a decrease in spontaneous pregnancy as well as ectopic pregnancy. Ectopic pregnancy is when the fertilization occurs in your fallopian tube, which can be dangerous, and that has to be unfortunately aborted, and they may even need to take your tube out with you depending on how. Ectopic pregnancy is really sad, and if you can prevent that by not smoking, that would be better for everyone physically and emotionally. It's dangerous physically and it can be really hard emotionally to handle. And number 6, just have fun and don't stress about it. And that's easier said. You want a baby, you want it now, I want it now. It's not happening. That causes stress on stress on stress. And how do you avoid this? Have fun with it. You know, I remember it was like a random Sunday. I was in my fertility window and I'm like, hey, husband, hop to it. We know what time it is. We know the ovulation calendar. We see it on the board. Let's get to it. And I remember he's like, but I'm sick. I'm like, sick? With what? And he's like, oh, I got pneumonia. I'm like, okay, I'm a nurse. I know what pneumonia is. It affects your lungs. You just can't breathe that well.
Okay, I'm a nurse here. Okay, don't pull the wool over me. Okay, so get over here with the antibiotics.
And he's like, this is supposed to be fun. And I'm like, fun? Fun. Okay, you know what? I'll take you to the carnival. You can have fun there. Okay, I'll take you. I'll buy you some popcorn, some cotton candies, play a couple of fish games where you throw the little ring over the little bottle. That will be your fun, okay? Don't make it stressful. Have fun with it. And that's why I say ensure that you follow these steps prior to wanting to conceive. Because if you try to conceive without knowing your cycle, without knowing your ovulation time, all these things, it's gonna take a lot longer. So good luck to everyone. Any questions? And if you want information about where I get my percentages, stats, evidence-based research from, message me below. Happy to send you the link. It's all updated information, and healthcare professionals use this database, and it's very reputable. Anyways, thank you for watching this video and happy conceiving. Bye. Have a good night.